I'm going to turn it all over to Kate to talk about testing.
Thanks, Jordan. I will echo quite a bit of what Mark mentioned in updates in an instant. And first of all, thank you so much to everyone who has submitted so far tickets or responses for our testing challenges. It's really helpful. It really helps us find those little things that we sometimes miss and allows us to make Aspen better. So thank you. You can join the testing channel on Slack to see the challenges that we post. This month, we have already posted 2. The first one was about searches with punctuation and the cloud library on order and display status. So if you have a test server, if you're already on 2407, please have a look at those. Please let us know if you see any other discrepancies. Also in the agenda, we have included our testing, other testing challenges that we'll be talking about or that we'll be introducing. So if you get a chance, please have a look at your donations and make sure that they're working correctly for our evergreen libraries. Make sure that you can see the holds and copy counts for your ILS records. And if you can check your display information, if the subtitles in 245 subfield B are still getting stripped for graphic novels, please let us know. I think it was Swan that had the ticket originally, so you can have a look and let us know how that looks. That would be awesome. And of course, experiment with the browse categories layout, the accessible ones. Let us know if you see any other glitches, discrepancies, or something else that you think we could change to make it even better for you and your users. And keep an eye on our Slack channel testing. And that is it for our testing challenges, and I will pass it back to Mark.
All right, thanks, Kate. We want to update everybody on our server OS migration. We are still working on the test servers. We are just kind of refining our process to make sure that anytime, so we'll likely need to put you in offline mode for a brief period. And there might be a little bit of downtime. So we just, before we get into production servers, want to make sure that we're really minimizing that as much as possible. And also make sure that we're dealing with all of the special cases for each ILS, just because Koha and Symfony are not the same things. They do a little bit different. Evergreen's a little different. So we want to make sure that everything moves over smoothly and that we really check and double check all of our processes. So like we said last time, we will be communicating with you at least in advance, at least a week in advance of your production server move. At that time, we will also communicate if there's any special steps that you might need to take after the upgrade. So for example, some Symfony libraries that are doing a direct export to Aspen servers may need to update a server key or something. So we will make sure to communicate that and work with you during that. We're excited to have this move done, but we really want to make sure that it is as smooth as possible for you. So with that, I will pass it over to Jordan to talk about the priority planning.
Yeah, so just like every month, we take a few minutes to talk about what we planned for this release, what we were able to get done, and then give you a little bit of preview of our plans for the next release. So on the left right here is the plan that we shared at last month's gathering, and on the right is what we got done. Partner priorities and high priority bugs. I always say this, if you look at the release notes, you can see with all of the ticket numbers attached to everything, this is where we're just kind of working through everything that you're requesting and doing the best we can to work on the most important thing at any given time. Sometimes we clump those things together, so that's what really some of the next ones are. We are still doing some e-commerce updates. We did have some accessibility fixes. And last time, I don't know, it says planning lead notifications for account notices for Koha. We are actually working on that one right now. And the same with Sierra Self-Reg. So we've just started those. Not quite sure if they'll be completed for the next release, but I wanted to note that we have started those. The last one is one of the last ones that Mark demoed, the fixes for searches that include special characters, a lot of those in the subject headings. I wanted to add this here and call it out. When I looked at it, it was 16 different tickets that we closed with that one. So that one definitely felt like it was worthy of calling out, something that a lot of people have requested. So yeah, that's what we did for the 2407 release. For 2408, you might say we have nothing new planned. This past release was a little short. So most of this stuff, we just have a little bit more that we want to do in that same category. So partner priorities and high priority bugs, more e-commerce. I kind of updated the titles of these to say summer 2024, just because we might not do everything that has that tag on it, but we do have some plans for what we want to do there. LEDA notifications, still working on that, Sierra self-reg. And then I did add an additional one that wasn't on the previous screen, the tools for diagnostics and support. We did a little bit of this, not with this release, but the previous release, where within a record, you can click on a button and it will give you some information, like kind of let you re-index and see, for example, like why the status of a title is what it is of a bib record. So that's something I think we'll do more of. We got a lot of positive feedback from you all really loving that. So I think we're going to see if there's anything else we can do similar that can help all of you better understand how Aspen is working and applying certain things to individual records. And that is all we have for priority planning and review. And I will hand it over to Cal.
Hi, thanks, Jordan. So I will say Miranda is out, and she usually does these welcomes with a very fancy background and confetti and all of that. So you're not going to get that today, but you're going to get me to welcome all of our new libraries that have went live since last time that we had the gathering. So I will post their catalog URLs in the chat. We have the Orange Public Library in California, Saratoga Springs in Utah, the Gail Borden Public Library District, and the Milwaukee County Federated Library System since last time. So welcome everyone. I'm not sure, I didn't check if any of you all are here today or maybe watching the recording, but we're so happy that you've joined us in the Aspen community. So, oh yay, hi Emily. So yep, thanks for joining us. I'm also next on the agenda to talk about the Aspen Academy. So you might have seen that we released some fall dates at Bywater. So I think we had 4 new sessions that we released for Aspen Academy. If you're unfamiliar with Aspen Academy, it's basically just like ongoing continuing education classes if you want to drop in for an hour and brush up on a different topic. But hot off the presses, PTSF Europe has agreed to do a fun little summer in Europe Aspen Academy. So pack your bags. They are hosting 2 sessions in July and August. So I posted those in the agenda, but it'll be really fun. We're so excited that they're going to be hosting these. So please join these sessions. They're doing a highlighting collections in Aspen session in July, and then user experience in August. So I dropped those links there. You're going to sign up the same way through the Calendly. You'll get the Zoom link. But yeah, thank you for everyone that's been attending. We've had really good turnout, like between, I would say like 50 and 60 people at each session. The recordings are always available afterwards if the time slots don't work for you at our help center, help.aspendiscovery.org/Aspen Academy. Lots of A's. Ooh, okay, that's it for me. Kate, I think you're up next.
I am. Thanks, Cal. So I'm really happy to get to announce the next piece of information that we have locked down the location and date for our next AspenCon. AspenCon 2025 will be held in October 8, 9, 10 in Nashville, Tennessee. So we really hope you can join us, lock the date, and I will repeat that. It will be 2025, so next year, October, not this year. Big shout out to the planning committee and Nashville Public Library for helping us with the location. It was the favorite in the community survey as well, so we were so glad we could match that as well. You can already join the Slack channel. It's AspenCon 25 on our partner Slack. It should be open to everybody. If you have any issues, of course, let us know. On top, you will see the little canvas icon, and I put some information over there because we will be also launching a logo contest, which I will have more details about for next at our next gathering. So if you do not want the logo to look like the one below, please do participate. Right now, we are looking for suggestions for a theme or a slogan or a banner, motto, anything that you could think that the logo should be themed by. Please let us know. You can post it on Slack if you prefer. You can also Slack me directly or submit a ticket if that's easier. And if you would like to help us with planning, I've also included on Canvas on the AspenCon channel a list of what kind of roles and tasks we will be working throughout our planning stages of AspenCon 2025 in Nashville in October in 2025. It's really going to be great. So I am really happy to get to announce it. It really is everything from helping with coordinating catering or merchandises, promotional materials, sponsorships, just helping coordinate with sponsors. So really, if anything on that list strikes your fancy, let us know. Again, either on the Slack channel AspenCon25 or directly. And yeah, the more the merrier. So we really hope you can join us in person, on Slack, in the planning committee, and virtually, and just let those ideas flow. If you'd like to start working on a logo, go ahead and stay tuned for more details at the next gathering on August 1st. Thank you. And I will pass it over to Tara for some community meeting updates.
Everyone. Really just a reminder that we've got our community meeting coming up really soon. I've got the agenda here to post in the chat. So I hope that you can all join us. It'll be July 16th at 10 a.m. Central. So definitely consider coming. We've been getting more and more folks, which is great to see. And we'll be talking through some of the top enhancements and bugs that we prioritized in our last meeting, talking about VPATs and testing and all kinds of fun stuff. So also please add anything on the agenda that you would like to discuss or bring to the community, and I hope to see you there.
Thanks so much, Tara. And we do have many community meetings, as you can see on the agenda after that. Most of the ILSs have meetings, as well as our very active catalogers group and our brand new developers group that met for the first time this week. Super exciting. We had a bunch of folks there from, I think, 4 different support organizations, as well as lots of libraries. So if you've developed for Aspen or interested in developing for Aspen, please join that one. It is monthly, and the next one is August 13th. I will go ahead and hand it over to Jay-Z to talk about our outreach updates.
All right, thanks, Jordan. We have a few conferences coming up that we'll be at. If anyone is in the southeastern states, there is a Southeastern Library Association conference that is happening in Huntsville, Alabama, so you can swing by and see Bill. We'll be at the Special Libraries Association at the same time up in Rhode Island at the University of Rhode Island, where Brian, who's our head of support, will be the opening keynote speaker and the closing keynote speaker. So if anyone will be attending, please stop by and say hello. And then finally, to round out the month, we'll be at the American Association of Law Libraries Conference in Chicago. So we're excited to see all of our law library partners. And we have a save the date listed. We are going to hold an AI virtual conference September 16th and 17th. So more details to follow, but save the date. And I'll pass it back for open time.
Thanks, Jay-Z. So this is your time. We do have a little bit, we don't always have time. We do have some this time. Questions about this release, really any topic you're interested in, go ahead and chat or unmute and ask. We have a question from James Staub for you, Jesse. What is an AI virtual conference?
I am going to paste the link in the chat box. It's also in the agenda. We are talking to other local librarians and vendors and people outside of the library world who are implementing AI in their routines and daily workflows, and they are going to be a part of our conference, including possibly NASA. So we're really excited just to hear kind of how everyone is utilizing AI in their day-to-day life.
Thanks, Jay-Z. That sounds like so much fun. So I'm excited to see, to hear what speakers you have. It's going to be awesome. Anyone else? We do have a question. We've had some concerns in the past few weeks about the mobile operating system limitations of the Lita app. To be honest, the decision to not support older iOS and Android systems makes it very hard for us to market the app. And that's about 1/6 of their users. Yes, we do understand that. We're kind of working within the limitations of what Apple what Apple kind of put in front of us. We're hoping to be able to support more moving forward, but it's really an issue with waiting for other folks. We're not the only ones in this boat to kind of figure out those solutions. Kirsten, do you have any more specific of an update that you can share on that? Okay, no, that's, we're basically, we're doing the best we can. And we're not the only ones that were impacted by kind of Apple's decision to update. Other questions, thoughts? All righty. Well, please, if anything comes to mind, maybe later in the day, please join our community meeting. That would be another great place to have these kinds of conversations. Update the agenda that Tara posted. And thank you so much. And we will see you all in August. Have a wonderful day.